What's up everybody, welcome to Automation Anomaly, and in this tutorial video we are going to continue with Python programming tutorials for beginners. And in today's tutorial we are going to discuss the dictionary sets and the key difference between dictionary sets, list and tuples. And in the end again we are going to see some key difference between what is the difference between list and dictionary, where do we use dictionary, where do we use list, where do we use sets and tuples. So in my last tutorial video, we have seen the list and tuples. At that time, I have explained you the concept of list, tuples, and in the end, we have seen the execution time of list and tuples, which was the key difference between list and tuples. So if you guys haven't seen my previous tutorial video, then I will recommend you to watch this tutorial video first. So I'll put the link in description below. Also, you will see the link in your right top corner. So you can click on this one and you can see this tutorial video. And if you have seen this video, then let's continue with today's tutorial, which is going to on dictionary and sets. So first of all, we'll start with dictionary. After that, we'll see the sets. Then we are going to see the difference between dictionary, list, sets, and tuples. So quickly, let me open up our data types. So these are the 6 data types. So previously we have seen the numbers, strings, tuples, list, and today we are going to cover sets and dictionaries. So now we know the what is the number. So in numbers we have, oops, let me zoom it a little bit. Okay, in numbers we know we have integer and we have float. In strings, anything we put on double quotation mark or single quotation mark, that is our string. Tuples, the way we define is we use the round brackets or the parentheses. The list, we use the square brackets. And for sets and dictionary, both of them we use the curly bracket. But the key difference between sets and dictionary, the way we define is the elements. So inside list, we assign the elements by its key and its value. So all values will be assigned to a certain key, and that's how we get the information from the dictionary. Don't worry if you are not getting understanding of dictionary yet, because we haven't covered it. And sets is the unordered collection of items, and it is not repeating. And one more thing, that in tuples we can have duplicate items, means inside my tuples I have multiple item which is repeating, means one is repeating. In list also I can have multiple items, but inside my dictionary and sets, this I have to put just unique items only. So anything is repeating will be discarded in dictionary and sets. So let's jump into Jupyter Notebook and let's continue with dictionary. So first of all, we'll see the dictionary. Okay, so to define a dictionary, we have to use the curly brackets, and for that we have to assign the keys and values. So the way we define is this is my key. After that we have to, before assigning the value, we have to use the colon sign, and this is my value. And now if we check the type of our dictionary, it says dict, means it is a dictionary value. So let us continue with this one, and let me make multiple keys and values. So to save the time, let's use the copy paste. So key 2, value 2, and value 3. So okay, let's run this one, and if I print out our dictionary, so it is going to return us this is my key and this is the value, this is my key 2, this is value 2, and this is key 3, value 3. If I want to get access of any of these one, so for that one I have to just pass the key name. So for example, if I want to get access of key 2, so it will give us error because I have used the parentheses, but instead we have to use the square brackets like last time, and it will return us the value of a particular key element. So this is my key element and it will return us the value. If you recall the list, for example, this is my list 1 2 3 4 5, and if I want to get any of the element, so inside my list I have to pass just the index position of that one. For example, if I pass 2, then I'll get the 3. But in this one, to get access of these values, we have to pass the key name. So inside our dictionary, the variable, I am using the square bracket and inside a double quotation mark, because this is a string, and I'm passing the key name, so I will get the corresponding value for that one. So let us understand this one with the use case example. So in my first tutorial video, we have seen the budget expenditure example. So let's use that one. So I'm spending some budgets after some constant expenses. For example, I have to pay my rent, and I'm paying, for example, 500 per month. After that, I have to pay my mobile bill, and my mobile bill is approximately about 100 bucks. After that, I have Wi-Fi bill. Let us take, oops, I have to put in double quotation mark, Wi-Fi bill. I'm paying $60 for that one, and bus pass. So for bus pass, let's take 125 since TTC is a bit expensive nowadays. So now if I want to know how much I'm spending for my bus pass, then I have to just put bus pass, and this is my spelling mistake. Sorry for that, guys. I have to run this one again. Okay, so I'm spending 125 bucks for that one. Likewise, if I want to know all of my key values, so for that we have dot keys functionality. So it will return us all of the keys. So I'm paying my rent, mobile bill, Wi-Fi bill, bus pass, and same ways we have to know the values. So for that one, dictionary one and dot values. Let's call this one, and it will return us the values. And if you want to get in tuples, like how much I'm spending for my rent and what is the value, the key element and its value, for that we can use dot items, and this will return us the tuple. So for rent I'm paying 500, mobile bill I'm paying 100, bus pass I'm paying 125. Likewise, after that, if I want to add any element inside this one, like for the list we have seen the dot append method. So for dictionary it's a little bit different. So for that one we have to use the dot update method, and if you press shift tab, so it will give us the doc string. And to add any element, so first of all we have to create a dictionary. We have to give it the key name and the value, corresponding value. So for example, other expenses, and for that other expenses I'm spending 100. Okay, so instead of other we can take groceries. So for groceries I'm paying again 150 per month. So if I run this one and let's check out our dictionary, so as we can see here, groceries has been added. So this is how we can add any element. And to remove any element we have to use pop. So inside this one we have to pass the key name. So let us remove Wi-Fi bill. Wi-Fi bill, oh sorry, should be. So now let us check our dictionary. So now Wi-Fi bill has been removed. And we can define a dictionary inside a dictionary. Also we can define a list inside a dictionary. So for example, this is my dictionary 2. For that we have to use the curly brackets, and let us define A, and inside A I'm having list, and inside B I'm having a dictionary. So it is having some value X, Y, and sorry, this has to be inside, okay, Z and 3. And for C I'm having some floating value, and at last D I'm having a string. This is a string. Okay, let's run this one and let's check out our dictionary too. Okay, so if I want to get access of this number 1 inside my X, so for that one I have to call out dictionary 2. So inside dictionary 2 I want to get access inside my key value B. So I will go inside my B. Okay, now I'm going inside B. Now I want to get access of this element 1. So we have to dig inside our X. So X is going to be my key name. So if I press X, so how I'm getting number one. So inside a dictionary, I can define another dictionary, and we can dig deeper inside that sub dictionary, and to get these two out of this list, let's do that also. So first of all, I want to get access of this list. So for that, let me call out the key value. So that is A. So I'm getting the list. After that, I want to get number two, the element two, and that is the index. Now this is a list, so I have to pass the index position. Now here I don't have any key name, like in this dictionary I had like XYZ. Here I don't have any key name, and this is a list. So I have to just pass the index position. So the index position is 1, and I'm having 2 here. So inside dictionary, you can define anything. You can define a floating value, integer value. You can pass a list. You can pass a list inside a list. So for example, instead of 4, let us put A, B, D, and so now I'm having a list inside a dictionary, and inside this list, I'm having another list. And for example, if you want to get this D out of that one, so if I run this one, okay, so dictionary 2, now we want to get access of A. Okay, now I want to get this the fourth element, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I have to pass the 3. So I got the list, and I want to get access of D. So here I have to pass the again index position number, which is 2. So here I can get the D. So I hope it is clear to what we can do with the dictionaries. And now let us understand the sets. Okay, so as I have mentioned earlier, to define a set, we have to use the curly braces. So let me define a variable of my set, and if I just put an empty curly bracket, and if we check the type of this one, my set, it is going to return us a dictionary. But if I put any of the element inside this one, and if I run this one now, it is returning as a set. I haven't changed my data type from dictionary to set, but still it is returning me set type. Why? So that is the difference between dictionary and sets. So to define a dictionary, we have to use a pair of key and value. So we have to define the key and its corresponding value by using this colon sign. So since I'm just passing my object name inside my set, inside my curly braces, it is taking it as a set, because we can't define this one as a dictionary. So that's how I'm getting this set. So now what is the unique difference between sets and list? So for example, here I can define my list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can convert my list into set. So for that we have to use the inbuilt function, and my list, and let me save this one in a variable. So if I run this variable, since we have checked out this one, my list, okay, so now here we can see the difference between list and set. So here I'm having the square brackets, and here I'm having the curly brackets. Also we can check the type, so it is returning me set. Now what else is the difference? So set always contains the unique values only. For example, here I have some multiple 5, 2s and 1s. If I run this one now, if again I'm running out my A, so here I'm having only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only, because this will contain non-duplicate items only, non-repetitive items. Since these items are repeating several times, the set is going to discard all these duplicate items. So if I run this all of again, same, I'm getting the same result 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because 5 is duplicating 2 times. So I'm going to take only 1. I'm not going to repeat the 5 second times. So when we want to get the non-duplicate items from our list, at that time we use the set. Out of this one, we are not going to use set anywhere else. There are some functions that are available for set. For example, if I want to add any of the element inside my set, so that I can do. So now if I check my set now, so 7 has been added. So here I have defined my set as 1, 2, 3. So it is been added 7. And to check the other functionality, you can just press the tab button. So we have lots of functionality, but we are not going to use the set data type throughout our course, because when we want to get the non-duplicate items, when we are going to uh, see the pandas library, at that time we are going to see the data frame. So inside data frames, if I want to get the non-repetitive or say unique items, at that time we are going to use different function that is available for pandas only. So we are not going to use the set as much as we are going to use any other data types. And now let's talk about difference between dictionary and list. So the main difference between list and dictionary is the way we retrieve the items. So if I want to retrieve any item from its index position, so at that time I'm going to use the list. But if I want to retrieve any item from its key name or key position, so at the time I'm going to use the dictionary. Okay, so let's conclude for the data types. So we have seen that we have total 6 data types. Out of 3 are immutables. That means we cannot change it, we cannot modify it, and 3 are mutables. So the immutables are numbers, strings, and tuples. So we know that we can store a number inside a variable, but we cannot change a number. If we want to change any number, then we have to reassign it to a different variable, or we can use the same variable, but we have to reassign the value because we cannot modify the number once we have defined it. Likewise, string. So we can add up a string like we have seen in our tutorial video, but we cannot change a letter inside a string. For example, if I have hello here, a string, so I cannot change this letter. I cannot change the letter E by any of other letter. So it is unchangeable. Also, in my last tutorial, we have seen the tuples. So I cannot add any element. I cannot remove any element of my tuples. And if we check about mutables, so list we have seen in last tutorial video only. So the list is mutable, it's changeable, so we can change the element inside our list. So I can add up with using the dot append method, I can remove any element by using the dot pop method, I can empty my list. And let's talk about sets. So sets and dictionaries, these are both of these one are mutable, both are changeable. But the key difference between list, set, and dictionary is list contains duplicate elements, duplicate number of entries, but sets and dictionaries cannot have, or we cannot define any repetitive elements inside my sets and dictionary, because dictionary, how we define the dictionary, we have to use the pair of keys and we have to assign to a specific value to that key. So we are defining dictionary with the keys. So we have to make sure that the keys we are defining inside our dictionary are having a unique name. We cannot use the same name. And likewise set. So set also having unique data entries. So I cannot have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can change one data type to another data type, like we have seen today or we have seen in last tutorial video. And if I pass my this list inside a set, then it is going to return me only 1, because this is it is going to remove the duplicate items. So I will have only a unique values only. So this is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed my this tutorial video, and you guys have learned something new. And in my next tutorial video, we are going to see the booleans and logical operators in Python. And in upcoming tutorial video series, we are going to see the conditional statements like if, else if, then for loop, while loop. After that, we are going to see how we can define our own function. For example, if we see here, so here I am having my set. Sorry, let me run here. So this is my set. So if I press tab, so these are the different methods and functions that are available for the sets. So how we can make our own functions, and how we can reassign it, so that we are going to see in my upcoming tutorial video series. So see you guys then. Until then, keep watching this tutorial video. Meanwhile, if you like my videos, then you can hit a like button. If you have any doubt, then you can post inside the comment section. And see you guys next time.